All right, let's go to J.C. Hernandez. He is the Virginia State Director for Americans for Prosperity. J.C. Hernandez, good to have you, man.
Good to have you, John. Thanks for having me. And I'm here with Ben Knotts as well. How's it going?
Ben Knotts, always good to have your right-hand man, Ben Knotts. Now, he's a man of many titles. He was Deputy Director. Ben, is that still your title, or did you get another promotion?
I'm really lobbying the team to get just the title of being awesome. I like that one. What do you think, John?
I like the awesome title.
I like
you got a lot of titles though. You got
I'll talk to JC about it.
We'll talk to JC about the awesome title. Hey JC, man, I'm fired up about having you guys on today, Americans for Prosperity, because just lay this out for our audience. So what Americans for Prosperity normally has is they have an annual Freedom Fest event, and they do a big radio row, and it's kind of a national thing. And I've been to 5 of them. I was Dallas, Orlando, Columbus, Ohio, and then I think we were in Orlando twice. So we've been all over the United States for this. But now, in 2017, this is so cool because we're having it in Richmond, and we're focused not on national stuff, but on Virginia stuff. How did you guys pull this off? And give us all the details, because I'm fired up.
Sure thing. Thanks, John, and thank you again for having us on the show. And, yeah, you're absolutely right. This year we're having our Defending the American Dream Summit right here in Richmond in the downtown Marriott. And you can actually go to defendingthedream.com to check out all the details. But it is our big annual event. We're very excited that it's going to be here in Virginia this year. We have tons of exciting folks and a big lineup that we're going to be rolling out over the next few weeks. But again, if you want to find out all the information, defendingthedream.com. But actually, I'm going to turn that over to Ben, because he's our salesman here in Virginia, and I'll let him really sell it up.
John, you know how exciting it is. I mean, when you get in there, you feel the buzz, you hear the people, the yelling, the people screaming. They're excited. They know something. You feel the buzz in the air. You feel people that just talking about there's hope, that things don't have to be the same way, that they see people who are like-minded, that are engaged, and they're doing something about the direction of their country. That is something that you can't put a price on that. There's people right now listening to your show who might be thinking, there's nothing we can do. There's no one else that thinks like me on this, or, I'm alone. I feel alone. And if they listen to your show, they should know better. But if they want to sit beside somebody that knows that's not true, that we can come together and make change happen, that's what the Defending the Dream Summit is all about. Freedom lovers coming together to rally for the cause of liberty and to really renew. It's almost like a freedom revival, to get really excited about the potential of what you can do to defend your liberty. So it's a thrilling event. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, John? You've been there.
Well, look, yeah, I mean, I've had the honor, and it really is an honor, Ben Knotts and JC. I've been to 5 of these, and, I've been able to do my show from right in the convention where they've been. And normally we also go on the air on Saturday because it's just so much fun. But the energy there, because the thing about your Defending the Dream annual events is that the people that come are the true believers. They're the workers. They're the people that are actually knocking on doors and getting things done. And the excitement is there. And then you always have, humongous speakers. I remember the one in Columbus last year, or was that Orlando? No, Orlando was last year. 2 years ago was right. Columbus. And that would have been in the fall of 2015, just as the presidential candidates, it was like August, as the presidential candidates were getting started, right? Remember that? And right. You guys had all of them there. You had Cruz and Rubio and Trump. It was a lot of fun. And then Orlando last year was a blast. But what I'm excited about is having it right in Richmond. And I want to know, how did you guys pull this off and get your annual event this year in Richmond?
Well, you got to ask yourself the question, where was freedom born? Where did Patrick Henry stand and say, give me liberty or give me death? John, we live in a day and age where people have stopped saying, give me liberty or give me death. They say, take my liberty, protect my life. So that's why the theme of this year is give me liberty, because we see a lot of the policies that they're debating, and they're debating on whether people can afford a tax cut. Are you kidding me? You're debating on whether you can afford a tax cut? I mean, they're giving out cronyist money all the time to these corporations. They're doing billionaire welfare. But the one thing they're having debate about is whether people can afford a tax cut, the regular, average Virginian. When we talk about Obamacare repeal, where you hear them talking about these policy issues about, oh, we don't know what we're going to do. We want to repeal it, but, we don't know if we can. This sort of rhetoric is where they're talking about give me or take my liberty, protect my life, where people are saying, well, we can't restore it the way it was. We can't restore a competitive marketplace in the healthcare system. All of that to say is that Virginia is the place where give me liberty or give me death was declared. And that is the main intention of the event, is to say, give us our liberty. And so Virginia is the perfect home for that message. It's the right message. It's the right time. It's the right place for that message in history. So Virginia was a natural fit for all this, particularly with all that we've got coming up in the General Assembly for pushing forward an agenda for liberty. And that's happening all across the nation with our state chapters. In state legislators across the country, you're hearing them roll back big government, whether it's passing right to work in West Virginia, whether it's doing tax reform in North Carolina. Everywhere you're hearing these success stories, AFP is working in the midst of that to see it happen. So it's thrilling that it's happening here in Virginia, where we can say, give me liberty, because so much is on the horizon where we can make that declaration.
All right, Ben Knotts, Fired Up Americans for Prosperity, Defending the Dream Summit this year in Richmond, Virginia. Now, give us the details, Ben. Where is it? When is it? What are the dates? How do people get involved? How much is it? What's the deal?
All right, defendingthedream.com, defendingthedream.com. You want to go there, defendingthedream.com, and you can register. It's going to be on August 19th. It's going to be on all day Saturday, and it's going to have numerous keynote speakers. We're going to be rolling those out, some with some national attention for sure. And you're going to be very excited, and you're going to wish, because the first 100 people get tickets for $17.76. And
wow.
We've really sold those quickly. So if you want to get that discounted price through May, $17.76 are the first 100 tickets. And so I would encourage you to go there now if you want to get your tickets, because once the keynote speakers are announced, I promise you that they'll sell quicker and the price will go up, and you're going to wish you had done it quicker. But you are going to be thrilled. You are going to be energized. You are going to be jived, John. It's going to be like a freedom revival right there on Richmond Hill.
Tell you what, 1776, you can't beat that.
Let me just add that, one of the reasons that we were able to get it here in Virginia is because we're going to be focusing in on education, healthcare, and tax reform, and how jobs they've gone from Virginia into North Carolina and Tennessee. And again, like Ben just said and mentioned, it's only $17.76 right now. So I encourage everybody to go out and get their tickets at defendingthedream.com.
You go to defendingthedream.com. It's August 19th in Richmond all day. Going to have some major speakers there. And where's it being held?
Downtown Marriott.
All right, it's at the Downtown Marriott. So, and I'm going to do my show there for 2 days. I'll be there Friday and Saturday. I'll be live on Saturday. And this is the other neat thing is in August, right, August 19th, we're just about going to be starting up for the big gubernatorial campaign, right? You're going to have, we're going to be electing a governor, a lieutenant governor, an attorney general. And so that's going to be part of it. I would assume you would have the Republican nominees there speaking as well, along with probably incoming Speaker of the House Kirk Cox and people of that nature, right?
Well, yeah, John, we're gonna have a lot of exciting news to announce. I promise you that. And like I said, folks are going to wish they had signed up earlier, because remember, we're not endorsing candidates. We don't mess with parties. All we focus on is the policies. So it is going to be so refreshing to see the people on stage that are dedicated to the types of policy that don't empower them to protect, and provide for you. They empower you to protect and provide for yourself. Policies that really change the quality of life for folks in Virginia. So that's what why I love Americans for Prosperity and what this summit's going to all be about. And you are going to be thrilled to death to see who's on stage that supports the types of policies that will reinvigorate the economy and bring a change to the Commonwealth and the country, for that matter.
I tell you what, you got to be fired up about this. August 19th, put on your calendar right now. And a lot of these times, they're in Orlando or Dallas or, San Antonio, other places they've been, and Tampa. You can't always make them. But if you're in Virginia and you're a listener to my show right now, it's in Richmond. It's on a Saturday. You can drive there. Real easy to do. You don't even have to stay at a hotel. You can come in early, stay all day, and leave. So you can do whatever you want. You can stay halfway, stay in Fredericksburg, or stay in Harrisonburg. There's all kinds of things that you can do. DefendingTheDream.com. Go to DefendingTheDream.com, August 19th, all day Saturday, right in Richmond. You can register $17.76 and be part of the action. I mean, how do you get all of this for $70.76? You get lunch and get all the events to be at. Now, there's different levels, obviously, but $17.76 is all you need to get in and be a part of the action. And it's going to be a great day. We're really looking forward to it. And it's going to give you a chance to not only do what you normally do with AFP and talk about the big issues, but you're going to be able to really understand the issues that are facing Virginians, which is really neat because normally, we're looking at the bigger issues, but we're going to be looking at Medicaid expansion. We're going to be looking at tax reductions. There's a couple candidates who have put those on the table. All that's going to be there. Why would you want to miss out on that, right? You'd want to be there. I'm going to be there. You got to be there. Everybody's got to be there. DefendingTheDream.com. And let's get back to JC here for a minute. JC, this is a departure from what AFP has done to go a little more local, obviously, with their annual Defending the Dream Summit. Are we doing it this year in Virginia because Virginia is basically ground zero in 2017 to tell everybody what's going to happen because it's the only game in town?
Well, we're doing it here because very simply, over the last 4 years, we haven't had someone that is on our side on the issues. We've gone from being first as far as job growth and economic opportunity to 33rd in the country. And that's the main reason why we're having the Defending the American Dream Summit here. We need to make sure that we are letting Virginians know that we are here and that we're advocating for their policies and their freedom and their liberty.
It's not often that we have an opportunity for an organization with the national scope, with millions and millions of members like Americans for Prosperity that's been fighting this battle for so long, to come to Richmond, to come to Virginia, do their annual summit here, and then be focusing on Virginia-centric issues. I mean, this is a real opportunity.
John, and I don't want to give up the false impression because we're definitely with we're going to be talking about how these local issues and impact. But I'll tell you, there is some federal stuff that we will be addressing. I don't like particularly with a lot of the executive orders. You've seen this rolling stuff back. We're thrilled to death to see how the waters of the U.S. is in review. We're thrilled to death to see how the Clean Power Plan's in review. And so we're going to have breakout sessions that are going to be talking about how these federal, how a lot of the federal stuff is being impacted on the healthcare level, energy level, all the stuff that we can know, what to expect. Not just in Virginia, but as abroad, because these things have has a wide array of applications. So we're excited our national summit is being hosted in Richmond this year because it's a number of reasons that Virginia can benefit from this. But most of all, every single Virginian can remember that with Americans for Prosperity at the beginning, when Tim Phillips took this bus all across Virginia, and he had that big hot air balloon. You remember that, John?
Yes.
Big hot air balloon?
Yes. Do you guys still have that?
So we've got our history here, man. This is one of the first chapters of AFP. So it's homecoming, brother. So above all else, this is our national organization loves Richmond. We have a great history here. So our summit is going to be like homecoming for a lot of folks, particularly those who remember the big hot air balloon going around in the stickers back in the day they used to give out that caught a lot of press, if you remember.
I tell you what, I do remember that, and that was a lot of fun back then, and I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to be fired up. Now, I want to tell our audience again, because we're out of time, you want to go to DefendingTheDream.com, DefendingTheDream.com. Go there today. Check this out. You can get in August 19th. Get this, $17.76. Okay, now, I just got to be honest with people. Like, we stopped at the Virginia Diner, and Glenn Davis bought us breakfast. That was a lot more than $17.76. I'll tell you that. on the way up here, we stopped at the Wawa, and I bought a cup of coffee and something to eat, and then something else, and it was $13. I don't know how I spent $13 of water, right? $13 at the Wawa. $17.76 you get in the
water, John.
I know.
No
It's
kidding.
2 waters, a coffee, a bagel, and it was like $13.50 at the Wawa, right? Things are very expensive, so you got a real opportunity here for $17.76. Right now, go to defendingthedream.com and sign up. Hey, we're out of time. Defendingthedream.com. I want to thank JC for being with us. JC Hernandez, the director of Virginia for Americans for Prosperity, and the awesome Ben Knotts for being with us, deputy director and in charge
John,
of awesomeness.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.